All right, this weekend we have the full complement of 8 games, all being played in Queensland, I'm pretty sure. So spread across the Sunshine Coast, the Gold Coast, Brisbane, and North Queensland. Roosters Knights, the Friday 6 o'clock game. Not a bad 6 o'clock game for Friday, actually. Teddy and Takayaho return for the Roosters. Josh Morris has been dropped. Really interesting. Just shows, I talked about it before, but just shows how much faith they have in Billy Smith. Daniel Saifidi and Suaso Su return to the Knights forward pack, and Mitchell Pearce is still out. The line is 11.5 in favour of the Roosters. I'll take the Roosters at the line and head to head. I've got the Roosters by 16 points. Hopefully the Knights put up a fight, but what we've seen in the last 6 weeks without Pearce, it just hasn't been convincing enough. Hopefully Pong is back. He's got to pass his concussion protocol. There's a few this week who have to pass concussion protocols. Right now, I'm just assuming they all pass, but there might be some laid out, so stay tuned for that. Cowboys v Storm is the prime time on Friday night. Jesus. Yeah, it's just clocked me that's prime time Friday. Jeez, that's not pretty. But anyway, Hammer is out potentially for the season after getting his appendix removed in emergency surgery. Pappenhausen returns to the bench for the Storm. Adokar, Welch, and Solomona are back for the Storm. Munster, Kafusi, and Finucane have been rested. Cooper Johns to play 5'8". The line is 28.5 towards the Storm. I'm going the Storm by 30. The Cowboys don't usually get blown out, so I was tempted to say like the Storm by 20, but it is the Storm at the end of the day. So, yeah, I'm going Storm by 30. Then Saturday afternoon, Rabbitohs Warriors. This could be a good game, actually. Team changes, Mansour and Jackson Paulo return on the wings with Alex Johnston injured and Milne dropping to the bench. Arrow returns to the bench after his COVID breach suspension. Nikorima returns at 6 after having a brief stint off the bench. Jazz Tavanga is going to replace Wading, Egan at hooker, and Roger is concussed and he's not playing. The line is 17.5. I've got the Rabbitohs to cover that and win by 20. It's going to be interesting to see how the Rabbitohs come out. Not great on the weekend. This is the time where they usually start to ramp it up just before finals. Bennett usually starts getting them going about now. So it's going to be interesting. Latrell's back, obviously, from Origin. So it will be interesting to see if we really see the wheels start to get into motion here now, because they've got to go soon. Otherwise, they're looking a long way off. The Seagulls versus the Tigers. Look pretty scared for this. Can't even lie. Disappointing because we're looking decent form, and this is after this game we've got a stretch of 4 winnable games. I just don't have any faith against this one. The Seagulls, I don't think they're a good matchup for us the way they're playing right now. Pretty much the fact that they're good in attack and we can't defend. Gerbo and Alawai also are returning, as are Turbo and DCE. Not ideal to see Alawai there, because I don't really want him having pleasure of beating us. But anyway, the Seagulls line is 18.5. I'll be backing... Oh, pardon me. Sorry, that's really poor form from me. I'll be backing the Seagulls by 30. I can see... I think we'll score points because we're a good attack and they're an interesting defense. But, I just think they'll score a lot of points. Can see it being 50-20 or something like that. Not keen for that one. But the Tigers go unchanged, which is, good to see some confidence in the lineup. Panthers Broncos Saturday night primetime. Jerome Luai named to make his comeback. Matt Burton shifts to the centres from the 6, and Brent Naden drops out to the reserves. It's been a tough season for Brent Naden. You have to feel for him, but he'll be off to the Doggies next year. Line is 19.5 and the Panthers away. I've gone Panthers by 30. They weren't that convincing on the weekend. Haven't been that convincing of late at all, actually. I know they're without their halves on the weekend, but I reckon they could bounce back in a big way here. Not sure if it's being played at Suncorp, because that would obviously favour the Broncos. But, I reckon they bounce back and have a big win. Oh, wow. Sorry, that is just shit out from me yawning during a potty. But anyway, I'm pumped. I don't know why I'm yawning. I think it's because I'm not breathing and I'm not getting enough oxygen. But anyway, Dragons, Titans. Actually, the Panthers, Broncos might be... Oh, no. I was going to say it might be Sunday night, but there's Thursday There's Thursday games this week, so there's only 2 on Sunday. Dragons, Titans, Corey Norman to service suspension this week for the Paul Vaughan thing. Jane Sullivan to play 5'8", which is actually interesting. I have to say Dragons one of the least interesting teams to watch in my opinion. There's just not much X factor, but Jane Sullivan will give us something to watch. He was really, really good in the trial games. Thought he was going to play this year, actually. I thought that was sort of the vibe I was getting out of the preseason, but he hasn't got a look in so far. So interested to see how he goes. Dufty comes back in at the fullback position. Adam Clune's been named on the bench. I don't know if he'll be playing hooker or he might come on for Sullivan. Who knows? Jack Bird's been shifted from the centres to the back row. I think it's like his 100th game or something, some sort of milestone. Toby Sexton is going to debut for the Titans at halfback. Don't know anything about him, if I'm completely honest. Hopefully he's a good player. Obviously, Jamal Fogarty broke his hand, I think. And then Mitch Rain replaces an injured Aaron Clark at hooker. The line has the Titans by 4.5. Interested to see that. I'm going the Dragons by 6. So I've got the Dragons covering the line in a big way and also winning the game. It should be an interesting one, though, too. Unpredictable sides. I think the Titans have the firepower to beat the Dragons, but I just don't trust their halves enough to get the job done. I don't know, though. Toby Sexton could be a gun. And then finally, Bulldogs Sharks. I swear the Bulldogs are in the second Sunday slot more often than not, but Marshall King returns at number 9. Royce Hunt is likely to play his first game for the Sharkies for the year. Aiden Tolman's banned for a week. The line is Sharks by 11.5, and I'm actually backing the Bulldogs at the line. I've got the Sharks winning by just 10. I think the Bulldogs love a scrap. They like to keep games close, and the Sharks, they were in good form a few weeks ago, but the last couple of weeks, they've hit a bit of a road bump, so yeah, we'll see how they go, but they might put a statement victory on, but I can't see them pumping the Doggies. I think the Doggies are in a good run of form, actually. They're grinding out results.
It's a miracle! Oh, yeah! What about that one? Unbelievable! Balotelli, Aguero! Crowd cheers. Here's Siddle.